Greetings, Super Channel people. I'm barely in my seat. I'm still rolling up. I got a new jacket for the last day. It's my preaching jacket. I got it on sale at Nordstrom Rack for $38.
Oh, you got a good deal.
Yeah, I got a good deal. Oh, hello, I'm Victor Bowers, and welcoming and joining me on the set, special delivery, Saturday morning delivery, no extra postage required, is my mom, Frida Bowers. And this is coming to you live Saturday morning. Yes, we're working on Saturday, much like many people do on Saturday nowadays.
Yeah.
But we are in a 40-day flow here at the station, and this is live TV, so we're still getting dressed, basically. But that's okay, because we're here, and hopefully someone's there where
Probably
you're at.
in their pajamas, Victor, which is perfect.
Exactly.
On
Are lying in
Saturday.
bed with the clicker and maybe a biscuit in the other hand, or something, a bagel maybe. But hey, Mom.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I've had a great day. I've done my 2 miles and
What time
everything.
did you get up this morning?
4.
4.
I did my 2 miles, worked in the
You
house.
got up before my cat got up.
Well, I went to bed early, though, so I went to bed like 8:30 last night. So
Oh.
I just felt really good. I felt good all morning.
That's awesome.
It is. It's precious, too, I tell you.
How is it precious?
Well, it's just sweet. I talked to the Lord, and,
Really?
yeah, we just have all kinds of conversations. And he answers.
Does it tell you anything about me?
How handsome you are.
Oh. Yes. That must be the voice of the Lord then.
Oh, Victor, you're
Hold
funny. Oh, it's just wonderful, though. It's just, you know what? Life is wonderful.
Right.
And you can make it wonderful, or you can, we had a hiccup there. Part of our materials just kind of fell over because it's the Sabbath. Today is the
Yeah,
Saturday.
the music stand is taking a rest. It's all right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Hello,
this is
you who
live
I'm over
TV,
here.
I tell you.
Okay. This is live TV, so I'm going to get in the. I don't know what camera's on, but I'm going to talk to it. Hi, I'm Victor Bowers. This is Frida Bowers, and we are in a 40-day flow here at the station.
Yes.
We're a Christian TV station. We've been around since the 70s.
Yes,
It was
that's
birthed
right.
in the minds of my father and mom in 1977, 1978.
Yes.
They brought it on the air at great personal expense to their own selves in the beginning because they felt called to a mission that was starting in a little city called Leesburg.
Yes.
And in Lake County, which is north of here, we're in Central Florida. And here we are 40
Yes.
some odd years later, and such a rich history already. But we're at a new place in the history and the story of this ministry, this station. And that's also what we felt was resonating with the lives of many viewers and many people. Obviously, this day and time we're in, everything is in upheaval, and there's lots of uncertainty. And this book, which was birthed out of Mom's experience in 1984, is a 40-day journey where if you're in a place and you need to have some direction
Right.
and need to hear the voice of the Lord in a more clear, unique, new way, then this is one of many tools you can access. But for us here at the station, this is part of the DNA of our history, part of our history. And Mom, it comes out of a moment you had in a prayer room in that station in Leesburg,
Yes. I tell you,
where
things
you were frustrated and what'd you?
Well, I just said, Lord, something's got to give.
Right.
And he came back and took my last word and made it his first word to give me 40 days. I'm thinking, no, Lord, you're God, you could do it in a week. And then I thought, you're God, you could do it right now. But you know what he said? He says, Frida, I have to work with mankind. I took a deep breath. I said, yes, Lord, you do. You have to work with us. But I just said yes. I wish I just said yes from the very beginning. It was like less than a minute, before I did say yes. But I just thought, Lord, and this book has been, this revelation really, has been just a gem for so many people. You might think you're sick and you might think that something's wrong. And it may be, and sometimes we kind of fall into a place where, really something's really not as wrong as maybe we think it is. But if you would just ask the Lord, just give me my part. That's what I asked the Lord. Give me my part, Lord. And my part was to give him 40 days.
So the Lord asked you,
Yeah.
are you told, you cried out to the Lord.
Yes.
You opened your heart and the Lord, and when you open your heart to the Lord, he responds immediately.
Yes.
It's amazing. And
Yeah.
he responded to you. What did he tell you to do?
Give me 40 days. He said, first he said, you
So
know.
he told you, give you,
He said,
give him
40 days.
So he wanted 40 days alone time in a new way with you.
Now, he didn't say not to tell anyone, but Victor, it was so holy. It absolutely.
Well, he speaks at the deepest place.
That
And so sometimes.
encounter with God
Right.
was so holy. I didn't tell anyone to way over in like the 4th week. 3 weeks. And you know what's interesting? I walked out of that prayer room there in Leesburg. We had a place there in Leesburg. That's where we first started. That's our foundation, so to speak. And I walked out of that room. I thought I was a dancing and a floating everywhere. And people say, Frida, what's up? Oh, I says, oh, it's just the Lord. He's just so good. Everywhere I went, they says, oh, I want some of that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I just floated. And because I thought myself, the needs I have, Lord, I know you're God, but you know, it may take longer than 40 days, but did you know, 39th day, everything had been completed. I had all this list, but I didn't just make a list. I asked the Lord what type of a list,
Right.
you know, and because sometimes you can make a list and it comes out of your flesh and it doesn't come true, and then you get upset. But you can't do that. You as the Holy Ghost, I would pray in tongues,
Right.
and He would give me the list, and I just wrote it on paper at first. We didn't have a book on Give Me 40 Days. I never even heard that. Now that phrase, whatever you call it, I've seen it many times.
Right.
Even at bookstores. But you know what? This one came out of one way back in before even the mid-'80s when we lived in Leesburg. And I know it's just so precious that I put my prayer team, we had 100 people coming to the prayer team back then. Pearl Rockefeller was a prayer coordinator for me. And I tell you, she is a gem. You know what? She is still living, Victor. I talked the other day to her. She is 96 years young. That woman, I tell you, I wish I could just kept her right on, but she needed to have some rest and enjoy her children. And, excuse me, but you know, God is so good. There is no other God like God that we serve, the true and living God, the one that knows your cares and the one that knows who you are.
The one that created you.
Yes.
The one that hand knit you together in your mother's womb.
That's
That's
right.
what the prophets tell us in the Old Testament. I knit you together. God just didn't throw mud against the wall and call it a name. He had you in mind. He had Frida in mind with your name and with your whole destiny, all the twists and turns and backwards and forwards and ups and downs. But he promised to be with Frida every step of the way.
All the time.
Even if you left him, he would still be there when
you're
you came
right.
back. And he would always yearn for you to come back as the prodigal, as a father of the prodigal yearned for his prodigal son to return, not in retribution or in punishment, but in total acceptance. The father of the prodigal never even asked for an explanation. Do you realize that?
Isn't that beautiful?
We think the prodigal had an explanation ready. The father went directly to embracing, directly to reestablishing identity and position, and then threw a big party. He never even asked that. He didn't want the details did not matter.
No.
He had his son back. He had his
Yes.
baby back, and that's all that matters to
That's
God is
right.
that you are there. So he knit you together, and so we're, as you can tell, we're overflowing, and with lots of good things. But we are on day 40, but you can still have your own 40 days. Get the book.
Yes.
There's the contact information on the screen.
Yes, just call us.
Call
oh,
it.
yes.
Every day is an invitation to a 40-day. And Mom, Frida, Mom,
Yeah,
you're
go ahead.
both to me. Frida, to all the rest of you, I get to call her Mom too. Your invitation for an encounter with God.
Yes.
I love that, and and
Yes.
this has grown richer with me over this time,
Yeah.
because it is an open invitation.
Yes.
Everyone's invited.
Yes.
Everyone's invited and already accepted. Everyone. The parables tell us the invitation is open. Everyone is accepted into the wedding party. Is the metaphor? Is the
Yes.
story?
Yes.
You just got to show up. Your invitation's there. Your garment's there. Your seat. Everybody's going to be in the champagne room. Everybody's VIP at God's party. Everybody goes directly past the velvet rope, directly to the champagne room in heaven. Everybody.
Yeah.
And some people fight it. They
Oh, wow.
don't want it. They want to get in on their own merits. They want to work. They said, I'll wear my nice, beautiful suit to the party. I don't need the robe of the Father. Well, that one gets sent to hell. That's what the parable says. That's Jesus making a very realistic point of don't be stupid and reject your acceptance. Accept your acceptance. Okay. Your invitation for an encounter with God. Day 40. Let's dive in. Okay. Miss Frida, will you read our theme verse for us?
You know, the title of that is There Is More. You know, you might think,
Oh, my heavens. There's more? I got to take a rest.
well, we can take a rest.
Today, yes, Sabbath.
Yes, we'll take a rest. And then what it's saying is you just don't stop here on the 40 days. You know, I have a sister, my sister Sharon. There's 3 of us girls. I wish I had brought those pictures. I didn't think of that. When we were just really young children, and she was very serious in that picture. And I think I was probably 7 or 8, and she's 3 years younger, and then Javetta was, you know, the baby.
Javetta?
Javetta, yes.
Is that French? Is that a French name?
Oh, no.
Okay.
My Aunt Corinne named her. She told Mother, she said,
Talk about the names in my family. They're awesome.
special.
They're special.
Yes. But Sharon, I tell you, I just love her so much, but I love all my family. But
Yeah.
Sharon has really grown dear to me because she stays on her 40 days.
Yeah.
She says, Frida, she says, now, you know, she'll just start out with her 40 days. She'll put her numbers down, and she'll just seek God. And she prays 40 minutes every day, you know, just with the Lord. Now also she's praying as she's going during time. You know, they're already retired. She's retired like 3 times from the English.
Yeah. She's an
place.
English teacher.
Yeah,
by
she had
trade.
a major in English, and but anyway, it's just humbling, especially when your family steps in. Because I didn't beg her, I didn't even ask her, except, would you like a book? And she said yes, and I think she wore out like 2 or 3. But you know what? There's just something about God. And families, you know, I know some of you are saying, Miss Frida, my family is not like that. We stay at odds with each other. Did you know what? You can be the very one to make a change.
Yeah.
Don't blame them for anything else. Just write that down on a piece of paper today and just say 40th day with Super Channel. Now, you may not have been able to watch it every day, but just say today, which is March 22nd, I believe, is the 40th day with the Super Channel. And then just ask the Lord, I want to give you 40 days. If you agree with that, of course. And just order your book. You can call and get your book, but start today.
Right.
And go ahead and just start asking the Lord, Lord, how should I pray? See, I didn't just pray for anything. I'd ask him first, what is on your heart? I love to do that. Father, what is on your heart today for me? Because whatever's on his heart for me today, because sometimes I'd pray something I want to do, and you know what? That didn't come answer maybe 2 months later. And so then I learned to ask the Lord, what is on your heart, Father? And he would tell me. And then I was co-laboring with him. And in that, it would be answered today. Because that was what was on his heart today. Now, the Father God has everything on his heart. The whole universe, every person and everything. But I specifically wanted him to know that I was asking him. So when I asked him what was on your heart, he told me exactly what to do. But this book, I've gone to 3 different countries down south, and also Ukraine many times, and just many times done this. And you know, anyone can do it. You can just give God the praise, Victor. It's just
You have
humbling.
received far more in these 40 days than your natural reasoning understands. Actually, the human mind does not have the ability to comprehend what has transpired during this covenant time with God. Your commitment to this journey has already released covenant revelation in your heart. That revelation is like a seed growing. Though in some cases you may not yet see the evidence of the things you have believed, your prayers are still doing. their work and will take tangible form in the days and months ahead. I'm going to read that again for all of you, and just close your eyes. Don't look at the TV. See with your ears, okay? Because I'm going to read out of the book. I'm not going to look at you because I'm reading the pages on the screen. The pages in the book, I mean. You close your eyes and you see with your ears and let your mind simmer down and let your heart expand, okay? Much lies beyond today. You have received far more in these 40 days than your natural reasoning understands. Actually, the human mind does not have the ability to comprehend what has transpired during this covenant time with God. Your commitment to this journey has already released covenant revelation in your heart. Now listen up. That revelation is like a seed growing, a seed that has been planted in the dirt that you cannot see. You just trust it's there.
That's right.
You trust the seed is in the ground because you can't see it.
No.
But if it is there and you dig it up, you ruin it.
Yeah.
So you have to believe it's in the ground, and you leave it alone, and you live in the tension of trusting God. Though in some cases you may not yet see the evidence of the things you have believed for, because you don't see a seed when the seed is in the ground, your prayers are still doing their work, and your prayers will take tangible form in the days and months ahead. Now open your eyes and look back at the TV screen. It's a seed, Mom, and I love this, the way you wrote it. And I did add one word already, you know.
That's good.
But the way you wrote it is so that is the life of faith. There is a tension in the life. The life of faith isn't easy, because if it's easy, we wouldn't need faith.
That's right.
We need faith because God is a God that He is only alive to us when we believe in Him. Meaning we have to insert ourselves. We're not robots. We have an open invitation. Everything is done. Jesus said, it is finished. All the work is done. Jesus said, I did all the heavy lifting. I came, I did, I give. And then He ascended so that we would have full opportunity to experience His life and more than His life. He said, I give you life and more abundantly. He said, things I do, you will do, and greater. But I have to go away for you to accomplish that. But you're going to face a challenge, because you're going to say, what do I do? How do I do this? I don't know how to do this. And you're right. That's exactly the first step, admitting you don't know how to do it. That's why you have faith. And faith starts when the seed is planted in the ground. And Jesus uses an agricultural metaphor, because that was the community he was speaking to. They were all farmers or shepherds. They dealt with the ground every day. So He said, the kingdom of heaven is like a seed planted. You can't see it, and you may know it's there, but you can't see it. But if you want to go see it, you dig it up, you kill it. So you can't dig it up. So you live in the tension of trusting what you cannot see.
Right.
And that's where true reality is birthed. And so, folks, there is more. 40 days was just a cycle that we resonate with, and we humans like cycles. We like things. We like a bit of predictability, and we have seasons, and we have calendars, and we have days and years and months, and that's part of the way God set up systems. But today's day 40. But what is tomorrow? Tomorrow isn't day 41. Tomorrow is new creation, something new. And the seed has already been planted in this 40-day period. That's what you're saying.
That's right.
In this lesson.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So,
Victor, could I just say something?
Sure.
I keep thinking of Linda Markowitz. You know, Linda came to work with me in '96, I believe it was. I really needed someone to help me. My other lady had helped me for 40 weeks, and then she moved on. And for a whole year, I didn't have anyone to help me as an assistant. And I just knew I needed the right one. And I met Linda at church, at OCC. And I just started talking to her. And she was going to be part-time. And the first week, it was 55 hours. Can you imagine? Of work because I was so far behind on different things. And then the 40-day book came to my heart. I says, Linda, have you ever written a book? She says, no. I says, I want you to help me with one. I had gone to many places in Russia, Ukraine, South America with Betty Strombeck, doing the 40 days. That was something that absolutely just took over. And some of the churches down there still does 40 days ever so often because it gets the people back on a certain path. Betty Strombeck said to me not too long ago, well, we started, and I wrote down the day that the Lord told me to do. I was sitting in the little park there, here in, well, let's see here, in Altamont Springs, just in that big place there where they play tennis and stuff, you know. I'd go there just to sit and just talk to God and just listen to Him. And I heard, someone will help you, Frida. I didn't know who. I had never written a book. But in my heart, I wanted it something that we could send to somebody and they could actually take time. Now, you can write down 1 through 40 and still do your 40 days. It doesn't matter on that part. But I just really needed someone to really help me because I wanted to do it. I wanted to bring it up a notch. And so when I met Linda, I told her what it was. And I said, can you help me on this? She said, yes, I'll help you because the Lord told me to come and serve you and work with you. And so we did. But you know what? It took 40 weeks. I would have never thought. If I thought, I'm not sure if I would even started. It took 40 weeks to do this book. We started and we got it finished by 2000. Now, up until then, I had gone to all these here countries and done it. We just, hey, take your piece of paper and write 40 days, and I share my testimony to them. And it got the people on a path to pray and to read their word, and then they could go forward in their church. And the pastor, someone would bring me back. It was just phenomenal, Victor. So it's a great tool of the Spirit for us, and it's in the Bible too. Keep on going.
The next page. This is not the end of your journey with God.
Right.
Only the beginning of a deeper walk with Him. As I said, tomorrow isn't day 41. Day 40 is the end. So what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is day 1 of a deeper walk with the
Yes.
Lord. And you
Yes.
may revisit this book or you may move on to another series or something else. But tomorrow is the beginning of new creation in your life. God has planted a seed and now it's going to start
Yes.
working. And just keep believing. I trust that this is not the last 40 days you will consecrate. This is not the culmination of seeing Him answer your prayers, but is an initial testimony and witness to you that God is faithful and able to supply all your needs through His riches in glory in Christ Jesus. Let me read that last sentence again. This is not the end or the culmination of seeing Him answer your prayers. This is an initial testimony and witness to you that God is faithful. God is faithful. That's something we think, when we think of faith, we think of faithfulness, we think of our faithfulness, we think of all that. And there's a place in that, but our faithfulness is flawed. And God knows that. We're not dependable. We're not trustworthy. But He is faithful. And His Son, Christ, was faithful and continues to be faithful.
Yes.
The book of Hebrews tells us He continually intercedes. He's interceding with us. He's at the right hand of the Father, whispering in the Father's ears about Victor and about Frida and about you. Because He is faithful. He is totally trustworthy. His promises are not promises forever because they come to pass. The promised land was a period of time, and then it became the land of Israel. And then it became the nation and the kingdom of Israel. So a promise is a temporary thing. It leads to manifestation. But then God gives you renewed promises because God's always circling and rising at the same time. He's cyclical and He's progressive. So He's always moving. And anyway, so this is not the end, but because God is faithful, this is just an opportunity where you'll have testimony and witness. You will have proof
Yes.
We like the word proof. Like,
Yeah.
show me the proof. Show me the money. You go to a court of law. What is your evidence? Show me your evidence, because the evidence will shake or will make or break the case in your favor or against you. So this is testimony and this is witness. So God gives you proof. God says, here you are. Here you are, Frida. Here's your answered prayers, plus something you didn't even pray for. It's
I
just
know
an
it.
overflow of love. I remember the whole story. I was there on that night with Angela. So God will give you
Yes.
the desires of your heart. But in giving you the desires of your heart, he will change your heart.
Yeah.
So your desires, in a good way, God is sneaky like that because he knows more what you need better than what you do. Wait.
Yes,
You
that's
get my
right.
point? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He knows what you need better than you know what you need. And sometimes, but if you just start praying, you may even pray for things that are ridiculous and wrong. But God's like, great, they're facing me. They're actually facing me and trusting me. And in that, he will begin to engage you and reshape your life. Sometimes you won't even know it. And then your desires will change and your prayers will change. Oh, wow.
Wow.
If we have time, I'm going to read a few things looking forward out of the book of 1 Corinthians. If we can go and put it on the screen, Nathan, it's several scriptures regarding just us as a TV station. For Christ did not send us to baptize. This is Paul speaking, but I'm going to make it relevant for us. For Christ did not send Super Channel into the world to baptize, but to preach the gospel. Not with the wisdom of words, lest the cross of Christ should be made of no effect. For the message of cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us here at Super Channel and all of you who are being saved, it is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. So Paul asks, and we ask, where are the wise folks? Where are the scribes? Where are the news pundits? Where are all the newscasters? Where are the scientists? Where are the politicians? Where are the disputers of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? The answer, of course, is yes. For since in the wisdom of God, the world through wisdom did not know God, it pleased God through the foolishness of the message preached to save those who believe. For you see your calling, my friends, Super Channel fans, Super Channel people, people of the world, that not many wise according to the flesh, but not many noble are called. Like TV preachers, not many noble, but they're humble and they're up there doing it. But God has chosen the foolish things. Just go through the
That's
Super
right.
Channel lineup, and there are a lot of things to talk about and to make fun of. But they're preaching the gospel. Okay,
Yes.
let's go back. And I'm one of them. But God has chosen the foolish things of the world to put to shame the wise, and God has chosen the weak things to put to shame the things which are mighty. And have the things which are the world, and the things which are not to bring nothing, and things that are hidden. Okay, next one. Sorry. And I, brethren, when I come to you, did not come with excellence of speech, wisdom declaring God, for I determined not to know anything but Christ, and Christ crucified, which is the most ridiculous thing ever in human experience. I was with you in weakness, in fear, and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching were not with persuasive words of human wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power, that your
Yes.
faith should not be in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God.
Yes.
And so, folks, that's where we stand at Super Channel. We're God is moving,
Yes.
and we want to be moving in the direction of so many of you. So this is the end of our 40 days. We'll be back. I don't know what's going to happen Monday at 9 a.m. I may be on here live, or it may be an infomercial. I don't know, because we haven't made any decisions beyond today. But I'm going to go to bed tonight. We're going to go to church. I'm going to go to church tomorrow and then talk with the powers that be and go from there.
We'll be praying.
So
yeah.
tune in or tune out, whatever you want to do. Thanks, Mom. It's been a blessing. Love you
It
lots.
has,
I'm going to give you a kiss,
oh, I
kiss on
know.
TV. Okay, love you. Stay tuned. You think this is exciting? You just stay tuned.
Let me tell you, Victor was born
Bye-bye.
on my birthday.